If Providence ever granted me a mercy, it was that I might utterly efface one coincidence. My gaze fell upon an old newspaper spread beneath mineral specimens on a storage shelf. It was the Sydney Bulletin of April 18, 1925, bearing a photograph of a grotesque statuette, nearly identical to that which Legras had recovered from the swamp. I hastened to clear the debris from the page and read with care, finding that though the account was brief, its implications were of the gravest magnitude. The article reported the bark Vigilant in latitude 34 south had come upon the derelict steam yacht Alert, abandoned upon the open sea. Aboard was one half-mad survivor, a Norwegian named Gustav Johansen, and a corpse that had lain dead for upwards of a week. Johansen clutched a horrifying statuette at his hands and would divulge no particular of his ordeal. I tracked him to Oslo, and in the old town raised my hand to knock upon the door of Johansen's residence. A sorrowful woman in mourning black informed me Johansen was no more.
The sea encounter of 1925 had destroyed him. He perished in a narrow alley. A bundle of papers falling from a window struck him down. The physician pronounced it heart failure. I can no longer credit that diagnosis.
Johansen left behind a manuscript, a sailor's desperate attempt to recall that final, terrible voyage. The Emma departed Auckland on the 20th of February and soon encountered that seismic tempest which would engender the horrors to come. After the storm had passed, on the 22nd of March, the vessel was intercepted by the singular steam yacht bearing the name Alert. On the 22nd of March, in latitude 49 south, we encountered the Alert, her crew, a villainous company of mixed bloods in Kanakas. They ordered us to turn back. Captain Collins refused. They opened fire without hesitation. We returned the assault with what few weapons our vessel possessed and were compelled to board their ship. We leapt upon their deck. The mixed-blood crew fought in a manner most peculiar, savage and clumsy, yet animated by a loathsome, frenzied madness. We were forced to slay them all. Captain Collins and First Mate Green fell, and with others lost, the total numbered 3 dead. 8 of us remained, and under my command, we took the helm of the captured yacht. We pressed onward and beheld an enormous stone pillar rising from the ocean. In latitude 47 south, we discovered a coastline, a dreadful mingling of mud, seaweed, and cyclopean stone architecture. It was Rel, that corpse city of nightmare, wrought in the inconceivable eons, passed by dread beings who descended from the dark stars. We ascended the slippery, slime-coated slopes of those colossal stone blocks that no human hands could have placed. The sun, filtered through a green and polarizing amasma, appeared distorted, and the disturbing angles of the stonework confounded the senses. What seemed convex upon first viewing became concave upon the second. Rodriguez discovered a colossal stone door carved with that monstrous figure we had come to know so well. Donovan touched the edge of the great stone door, and the acre-great panel slowly began to yield inward. Behind the door lay a darkness of near material density. It poured forth like smoke from its eon-long imprisonment, visibly darkening the very sun. Then, with a nauseous squelching, a vast and terrible form, a mountainous, gelatinous green immensity of writhing tentacles, slowly squeezed forth from the doorway. 2 men perished on the spot from sheer terror. 3 men were swept up by those flabby, gelatinous claws. Donovan, Guerrera, and Estrom. Parker slipped and was swallowed by an angle of masonry that ought not to exist. an acute angle that behaved as though it were obtuse. Only Bryden and I reached the small boat. Cthulhu slid from the stones into the water, and tremendous waves arose in its wake. Bryden looked back and went mad. I knew the thing would surely overtake us. I made my final wager, full reverse, wheel hard a starboard, and point the ball directly at the pursuing horror. The colossal squid head nearly touched our bowsprit. I rammed it without a moment's hesitation. A sound like the bursting of a bladder, a spray of noisome, green ether. But alas, the scattered plasticity was already recombining, even as we drew ahead and gained precious distance. I have placed this manuscript and all supporting evidence within a tin box. I have seen all the horror the universe can hold, and even the spring sky and summer flowers shall henceforth be poison to me. I do not believe I shall survive much longer. My uncle is gone, poor Johansen is gone, and I shall follow. I know too much, and the cult endures.